Well, everybody in hockey land, one last time for the 25-26 in Eugene. Hunter Voyles. It's the Ducks and the Oakland Golden Grizzlies for the, and it has been 4 last night. I think George Serban really would have wanted back, and that's 9 times last night. Couple mentioned his name, so this year have been able to celebrate the return of Ryan Green, who has missed a Henningsgard and Hunter Voyles. Well, they've been mainstays for the program. Going to come back for his Masters and play another record, probably. Hockey standards, that makes him. Same thing about all these dudes than we had last night. It did start to get on the periphery of chippy last night. Minutes or so left of warm-ups, and then they got to get the ice ready, and then we got to get senior night underway. So plenty of time before we actually drop the puck, and we can't. First time tonight, George Serban gets the nod and goal. Hunter Voyles and forward line for head coach Jack Hyman. Third year head coach Nick Mammal. We will get the ice cleaned up. Well, we are just about set to have everybody take the ice. It is senior night in Eugene for special Duck seniors to celebrate tonight. And when it's time, we will turn it over to a couple of those guys coming back this year, battling some long-term injuries. Hunter Voyles, the Ducks' all-time leader in games played, and Jackson Henningsgard, a special senior in his own right. One of the nicest guys in hockey, as we said last night. Had a real nifty goal last night, 2 goals in fact, for the senior number 22, one of the Duck captains this year. And then we'll have a special moment to celebrate a couple of Ducks no longer with us as well. If you joined us late, 9-3, and this is a big game, 500 season, which would be
California, number 71, Ryan Green. In 20 games played, Ryan has 6 points and 0 penalty minutes. Ryan joined the team as a freshman, but had to step away for a few seasons due to figure out things. He was able to rejoin the team in the second half of this season. His leadership, character, and work ethic have given the entire team a boost in just a few short months. Ryan is currently getting his bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in finance and marketing. Thank you for everything, Greener, and best of luck wherever life takes you. Next up forward from Castle Pines, Colorado, number 19, Jacob Saenger. In 47 games played, Jacob has 5 points and 58 penalty minutes. Jacob had to step away for almost the entirety of his senior year due to a shoulder injury, but his tenure with the team has been a joy. He may not have his bachelor's degree in business administration, but the concentration. Defenseman from Aliso Viejo, California, number 6, Hunter Voyles. Hunter holds the Oakland hockey record for games played of 110 and counting. In those games, Hunter has 30 points and 208 penalty minutes. 1 year ago, Hunter thought his career was over, but the decision to get his master's degree opened the door to go to Ducks for 1 more season. Being the only senior on the back end for the Ducks all season, he was integral in showing his younger defensemen the ropes all season. Whether it was blocking shots, his physicality, or the way he defended his teammates, he left his mark on every game this season. Currently getting his master's degree in management. Thank you for everything, Hunter, and best of luck wherever life takes you. And finally, a forward from Amory, Wisconsin, number 22, Jackson Henningsgard. In 68 games played, Jackson has 62 points and 68 penalty minutes. Due to a variety of reasons, Jackson found himself as the only senior forward when the season started. He took that challenge and delivered, turning this season into his best offensive performance of his 4-year career. Playing with 2 freshmen for the entirety of the season, Jackson led them and the rest of the forward group night after night, currently pacing the Ducks in goals, assists, and goals. It is hard to find someone who has contributed more to the Oregon hockey program. Jackson is currently getting his bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in marketing. Thank you for everything, Henny, and best of luck wherever life takes you. At this time, we'd also like to recognize 2 members of our 2026 senior class that were taken away from us too soon. Number 18, Dayton Clark, and number 1, Henry Bradford. Both Dayton and Henry had a huge impact on and off the ice and will always be remembered in the Oregon hockey program. We ask you to join us in a moment of silence in remembrance of both Dayton and Henry. Thank you. Your Oregon Ducks is Jack Hyman. At this time, we ask you to please stand and remove your hats as Sam Nelson performs the national anthem.
After honoring our 4 seniors and an emotional tribute to 2 that should have been with us here tonight, time to swallow those emotions and play a hockey game. Big one for the Ducks, looking to finish at or above 500 this season, looking to make it 4 of 4 against Oakland. It's been 3 pretty smooth ones so far, but you got to do the work. It did get a little spicy last night, and some inside information that there may be some intent on more spiciness from one of the rosters tonight, but the Ducks have got to be on their best behavior. 2 big ones to finish out the season in Southern California against San Diego State. And there's a couple Southern California natives anyway on this Ducks team, including Hunter Voyles, who we celebrated as one of the Ducks seniors tonight, and we're underway. And the Ducks will send this puck toward the Oakland goal, trying to win it back, and Jacob Saenger throwing the weight around. Saenger, one of the Duck seniors. It's an all-senior forward line to start things off for Jack Hyman. It's the same forward line that started the game yesterday. At the starting lineups, George Serban, Huston Stukel, Shane Bentley, Lance Markovitz, and Connor Gibson for the visitors. And it's Oakland now that'll move in transition, poked away though by Voyles. And the puck will kick up and behind the goal. And now the Ducks trying to establish in transition, taken away from them and right back to the Ducks. And it's Hunter Voyles who will circle around with it. And the Ducks will just get a touch in the neutral zone. Over the stick rather of Dylan Chapman there. One Duck not in action tonight. His Noah Easterson, we mentioned him yesterday. One of the Duck leading scorers, took a block shot in practice and was in a boot yesterday. We're told it's a little bit more of a precautionary holdout tonight. Hoping to have Noah back against San Diego State. And here's the Ducks. Here's Andy Abrish trying to connect with Henningsgard. Couldn't quite connect. And it'll go back all the way for Jackson Ebbett. Now Colin Gabriel and then Kluckstall again. That 3 and 4 D pair. And intercept or 2. One of 2 Duck players to score twice yesterday, and they're both Jacksons. Ebbett and, of course, Henningsgard, who we mentioned earlier. Here's Carson's strike. And took a deflection. It'll go behind the net now towards Ulyanov, who had a goal last night. And knocked down to the ice, but right back up. Oakland will come away with the puck, but only able to send it around the boards. Now establishing just a little bit of possession, but it's taken right away from them. Striding forward with it is Toby Kerr. Puck will go behind the net. Axel Wyatt throwing the body. And here's Markovitz. Intercepted by Esposito. Pulled back by Corbin. Behind the net for the Golden Grizzlies. And they'll chip it towards George Serbin.
Everybody clap your hands.
Oakland and just keeping it alive, but Voyles a couple of strides backwards, being hounded just a bit, but able. And Serbin will connection. We have tried everything we can. Unfortunately, it's and a chance for Henningsgard if he can sprint onto it. He had a couple last night looking for the wraparound, maybe a pass, and instead he'll just have to stick handle here trying to hold on to it. Able to work it behind the net, now trying to center for Ebbett. Couldn't connect. And all the way behind the net, and icing is the call. Here's Ulyanov, a shot, rebound, kicked away. And Serbin again will knock it toward the corner. And we've switched to the rink Wi-Fi for a moment. We'll see if that improves things. Typically that's less helpful, but here's Johnny. Save. It's 13:53 officially left period one. No score. Ducks took a little bit to get going yesterday. 2 goals in the first period before things started to swell a little in the second. And here's Esposito, a shot that's blocked. And now Hunter Voyles moving through, shot blocked. I think Hunter hungry for a senior night goal. Here's Lazzaretti towards Saenger, a little beyond him. And the shovels out as they come away with it. Now behind the net does Oakland. And just gloving it and throwing it down is Carlisi. And icing. Here's Gabriel, 12:40 left second period, first period rather. And back in their own zone, a few strides go the Grizzlies. Now across the red line and across the blue, and a shot up high off the glass with 12:25 left in the period. Back again into the neutral zone where Oakland collects it. Orwig in pursuit. And Gabriel again at his feet. Can only knock it as far as the neutral zone for Stukel, who will send it towards Serban. Just quickly touches it for Gabriel. And all right, well, if the connection's better now, we'll keep it on the rink Wi-Fi for a while at least. That's sort of been how it's gone this year. Sometimes the rink Wi-Fi works better. Sometimes a phone hotspot works better. Sometimes our own mobile hotspot works better. And here's Abersh, moved into the boards. Now Axel Wyatt. One-timer for Abersh, just wide. Axel Wyatt had an assist last night on a shot deflected toward goal. That was Jackson Ebbett's first. Then Henningsgard toward the corner for strike. Quick shot at goal, save made Carroll. And 11 minutes flat officially left in the period. Abersh behind the net. Knocked down, penalty coming up, and there's our first one of the game. So for the first time tonight, the Ducks 2, the Toyota power play. And we apparently need to adjust our graphics. Let's try that. That looks better.
Oakland penalty at the 10:51 mark in the first period to number 24, Shane Bentley. 2 minutes from a hit from behind. That's Bentley, 2 minutes for a hit from behind.
So it's Shane Bentley on a hit from behind. No stranger to the box, we're told. And a problem with the penalty time is it still says 2 minutes left on the penalty. They're going to have to sort that out. So they'll clear the penalty and they'll put a new one up with maybe 1 minute, 48-ish. I couldn't tell you. Not a bad guess, minute 40. And it is the Ducks on the Toyota power play, and it's the Ducks having to go back into the neutral zone, looking to gain the zone on the power play. Here's Kluckstall, avoiding the hit, but losing the puck in the process, and it's cleared all the way by Oakland for Kluckstall in the defensive zone for the Ducks. Now back for Henningsgard. Henningsgard striding across the blue line, looking for the angle shot. Save made, covered up, whistle. With 1 minute and 4 seconds left on the Toyota power play, exactly halfway home in the first period, no score. Anselmo, Ulrich, Ulyanov, Strike, and Chapman, the special teams unit on the ice for the Ducks. And it's Strike that'll chase after it. And interference is going to be called against the Ducks. Oakland had 2 of their 3 goals yesterday scored shorthanded. Worth noting. Not sure who that official is, but I appreciate the loud verbal call on the penalty. I'd like him to keep that up, please.
Penalty at the 9:49 mark of the first period. Number 24, Dylan Chapman. 2 minutes to
Here's Pilot a shot, he scores! Oakland's last win, looking at their schedule, October the 24th against Central Michigan. That was a 4-2 win. And you can't let a team like that get any momentum. Going to be important for the Ducks to get a quick response here. This is a team they beat by 8 goals, by 7 goals, and by 6 goals. And Ulyanov shot wide. Here's Strike for the senior Voyles. Back to Ulyanov. Dropping it right back for Voyles. Shot through traffic deflection. Still loose on the ground. Tip back toward goal. Off the top of the goal. And gloved by the goaltender Carroll. 12 seconds left of 4-on-4, and then it'll be 1:07 of Toyota penalty kill. If my math is correct, which is never a bet you should take. Here's Ulyanov. Trying to connect with Ryan Green. Now behind the net, trying to drop it back toward the slot, but no one was there, and it was deflected away anyway, and Oakland will start behind the net, waiting to get onto the power play, and they are now on the power play. The Ducks to the Toyota penalty kill. 50 seconds left on the man advantage, and a shot and a save from George Serban. 48 seconds left on the man advantage. Big rebound, knocked behind the goal. Taken right back by Oakland, getting set up on the power play now. Ducks just trying to get in lanes where they can. And a shot that's blocked. And a long clear there. Anselmo's going to have a chance to get there first. Instead, Oakland's to it now in the neutral zone. 6 seconds left on the man advantage, so we are just about back to 5-on-5, and we are now back to 5-on-5 hockey. And finding Chapman out of the box, or at the blue line anyway. Right back to Gabriel. Gabriel for Henningsgard. Henningsgard, a backhanded pass across for Abbott. Abbott trying to center, took a deflection, picked up by Oakland. And then Abersh. Poked away, Henningsgard. He'll chase to get it. Backhanding it behind the net towards Abbott. Right back for Henningsgard, blocked. Save made there, great save by Carroll. But the Ducks starting to wake up a little bit, but meanwhile here's Oakland in transition and knocked off the puck. Towards Henningsgard again, trying to connect with Abersh. Abbott pulls it back. Carson Strike is there, having to pin it against the boards. Now trying to move forward to win it, and somehow coming away with the puck is Carson Strike. Good strong skating from 42. Played behind the boards by Oakland. Behind the goal, rather, off the boards. And now a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Are they onside? They are. Nifty passing for the 2-on-1, but the shot goes wide with 6:23 left in the period. And we get a whistle. Well, Oakland played well to start this game. Making life a little more difficult for the Ducks than they were able to in any of those first three. Here's Esposito, fanning a little on a shot. Little stick handle. And then the puck just stuck to the ice a little bit. Allows the Ducks to step on it. And now covered up by Caro, and he'll take a whistle. 5:49 left first period. Penny for Jack Hyman's thoughts at the moment. Gotta get the boys going. And here's Orwig for Strike. Shot wide of the goal, goes behind the net. And now cleared beyond everyone, right back for Strike. Anselmo got to stick to it, but only as far as number 21. That is Meany of Oakland. And onside are the Grizzlies there, but Orwig will take it away. Deflects away from him. Right back to a Duck stick, and here's Chapman. Chapman with a shot, save made Carroll, right back to Dillon. And then trying to play it off the goal, knocked down. Orwig will pick it back up. Back for Strike, back to Wyatt. Into the corner, Chapman and Anselmo in pursuit of it. And dug out by Orwig. Nice job to work a shot, backhander, save. You could feel the Ducks waking up. But Connor Carroll's been awake all night. talk about the Ducks being a freshman-heavy team, so is Oakland, looking at their roster. But Connor Carroll, one of the elder statesmen for the visitors. And Ulyanov trying to connect with Kerr. Knocked down by Green, but deflected right to Aiello. And his shot blockered away Serban. Still in the zone for Oakland as it goes through everyone. And now here's Ulyanov. Ulyanov's got Kerr, he's got Ryan Green. Instead he goes to the corner, centering the attempts. And now back for Kluckstall. Kluckstall through traffic deflection, they score! That's a senior night goal for Ryan Green! And the Ducks back to level. And that looks a lot like one of the goals the Ducks scored last night. It was Jackson Ebbett on a deflection last night. Ebbett's deflection was up a little higher, that one a little bit more along the ice, but the shot from just about the shot that was deflected from just about the same spot. And that feels a lot better at 1-1. So it's Green from Kluckstall and Ulyanov. And Kluckstall again, just kicking the puck forward to get it out of danger. Pilot there though for, Meany there for Oakland. And now for Henningsgard, but a little heavy off his stick, but he's able to get right back onto it. Henningsgard for Abershand, just took a deflection. Unselfish play from Jackson Henningsgard, trying to connect with Indy Abersh. And we'll do the face-off again. Arthur Corbin asked to leave the face-off dot. Johnny Esposito will take his place. And all sorts of guys running into each other there. Gives the Golden Grizzlies a chance to get it out of the zone. And someone's lost the twig as well. Now here's Griffin Brown. Sending it into the corner. Cross-ice pass to connect with Carlisi and then knocked into the corner by Serban. And a shot that's wide. Took a long bounce though right to a shooting position for Schinover. And now a long pass forward toward Corbin, then toward Brown. The Ducks are onside here. A shot that's wide. And the puck gets by Dylan Chapman. And Voyles is there, but puck's still in a dangerous spot for the moment. Now cleared off the boards. In pursuit of it is number 68. That's Sebastian Stukel for Oakland. Right back for Chapman, though. A shot off the bar, I think. And coming right back towards Orwig. And couldn't get it across for Axel Wyatt, but he does get it on the deflection in the neutral zone. Now back across the blue line is Axel. And strike trying to get there. Another deflection, that one over the goal. Anselmo's there. Maybe a wraparound instead of pass. And puck loose, deflected. Orvig is there, and somewhere the puck underneath Connor Carroll. The Ducks had a couple of bites at the cherry there. Couldn't stuff it home. And 1:17 left in the first period. What is a 1-1 hockey game? Kerr on the face-off for the Ducks. Back for Green again, a shot that's blocked, or saved rather. That one did get all the way through. And they'll beat out the icing, does Oakland. Horwig for Green for Ulyanov. Stuck in front of the benches. And a little giveaway there. Green trying to flip it for Kerr, couldn't get it to him. Now back for Dalmers. And 21 seconds left in the period. Oakland able to pull that puck away behind the net. Not able to do much with it. Now back toward the blue line and out of the zone it goes. 8 seconds left in the period, and that's going to do it just about in 3, 2, 1, and that's all she wrote for the first period. Well, interesting first period. Oakland able to hop out to a 1-goal lead. The Ducks starting to warm up a little after that, but only able to get the equalizer. And we're going to go into the first intermission with a tie game here. 1-1 the score after 20 minutes of play. We will see you soon. Well, we got one team on the ice. The Ducks will join their Golden Grizzly counterparts shortly. After 20 minutes yesterday, it was 2-0 Ducks, and then things started to take a turn in the second period. Oakland actually scored first tonight. The Ducks with a late equalizer through Ryan Green, a senior night goal for number 71. Ducks had a pretty significant edge on the shot clock in that period. I believe it was announced as 17-5. But the statistic that counts, the only statistic that counts, level at 1 after 20 minutes. Let's take another look while we have a second at Ryan Green's deflection on the goal here. Austin Kluxdal's shot through. Ryan Green reaching a stick on the ground and deflecting that puck in past Connor Carroll, who's really had a nice game in his own right. Back to live action now as we get set for the second period of hockey. What has Jack Hyman said to the boys at the intermission? Who do we have down there on the ice for the Ducks at the moment? I see Jackson Henningsgard. I see Jackson Ebbett. I see Indy Abersh. I see Hunter Voyles, and I see Victor Lazzaretti. So that would constitute some jumbling of the lines compared to what we saw in the first period. And we are underway. Here is Lazzaretti for the Ducks. Big number 77. A shot goes wide all the way back to Hunter Voyles, and then knocked behind the net where it's picked up by Oakland, but they can't get it out of the zone as Abersh is to it. And then centering but taken away in the slot by Oakland. Now chopped by Jackson Ebbett, but Ducks couldn't touch it initially as they would have been offside. So a little bit of a chance for Oakland to breathe before the Ducks hop back on the puck in their own defensive zone. Then Abersh sending it forward for Ebbett, right back towards Abersh, but couldn't find it. He goes for a change as Oakland moves in transition. Hunter Voyles doing the defensive work. And now it's Oakland that has the puck scored out of the zone. Hunter Voyles with it at his feet. And strike is there for the Ducks. Oakland moves away with it. It's Talmers in the black sweater, putting the brakes on. Anselmo is there for the Ducks. Strike also, but pushed forward by Talmers. Penalty coming up against the Ducks. So the Ducks back to the Toyota penalty kill. It's Axel Wyatt who's going to sit down for 2 minutes. And the call is a hold. Just reached out and grabbed his man. Slowed him up enough. Got enough of the jersey to be found guilty of the hold. And Ulianov a clear off the boards.
And 18:40 mark of the second period. Your Ducks on the Toyota penalty kill.
And Gabriel's going to get there. He's got a chance to turn and clear and does. Again off the boards in front of the bench and all the way back toward the goaltender Carroll with 18:10 left in the period. 30 seconds elapsed on the man advantage for Oakland. Starting from behind the red line, now beginning to stride up ice. And across the blue line. And misplayed pass from Oakland, going to go all the way back. It serves as a Ducks clear as they'll get a fresh group of penalty killers out there. And that is going to be a power play icing against Oakland. And And somewhere a coach has lost another hair or gone gray. I'm not sure which coach is which behind the Oakland bench, but it occurs to me that my go-to line of the coach's hair going gray, one of them doesn't have a lot of gray hairs to get. Cluxtall knock it down. Bouncing puck again, now back to number 91 for Oakland, then sent across to the opposite point, a shot blocked. Right back to 91, that is Connor Wilson, whose shot goes wide. Still at the point, deflected by Anselmo. Knocked down again by Wilson. And Voyles finds it behind the net and clears all the way the length of the ice. 17:05 left in the second period, 22 seconds left on the man advantage now. One timer high and wide. It was yellow for Oakland. And Axel Wyatt's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And the Ducks will send it forward towards Kerr. And a chance in front for Oakland. Not a whole lot of venom on the shot. And Cluxtall trying to knock it forward. Only as far as Markovitz for Oakland. Intercepted again. Cluxtall got to wait till everyone's back in position and onside. And now back toward Chapman. And Henningsgard. Henningsgard, a shot. He scores! 2 Duck seniors, 2 Duck goals. As Henningsgard puts the Ducks up 2-1. Jacob Saenger and Hunter Voyles turn next. As the Ducks have turned it around to take the lead. Henningsgard's third of the weekend. And Dylan Chapman gets an apple. As it deflects up and out of play. So underway once more, the Ducks back on top. A shot that goes wide. And Arthur Corbin now. Arthur Corbin's got Jacob Saenger. Corbin with the shot, he scores! There goes the water bottle! And it's 3-1 Ducks. Just beating the goalie high on the glove side. I think maybe he was thinking there was going to be a pass coming. But whatever he was thinking, Corbin thinking a little quicker. And that's more like it with 15-13 left in the period. shoving match of the evening. And we'll see what comes of this. Might be just enough to draw some sort of penalties. I think they're going to take someone. Matching roughings, it looks like. And it looks like the indication is that we're going to play 4-on-4. Well, Jackson Henningsgard's pretty animated about it. And now we get explanations for one ref talking to Keith Pilot, the other talking to Jack Hyman. And of course, because I opened my mouth and said 4-on-4, we might be playing 5-on-5, or is it going to be a power play opportunity for Oakland, in fact, as Toby Kerr was just shown the penalty box door. And I think that's why Henningsgard was so upset. It does look like we are, in fact, setting up for 4-on-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Number 5, Arthur Corbin. Assisted by number 19, Jacob Saenger. And number 91, Gio Esposito. That's Corbin from Saenger and Esposito. 15-15 in the second period.
And you can give an assist to Jacob Saenger and Gio Esposito on the Arthur Corbin goal.
And for the Ducks, number 16, Cody Kerr.
And it's a goal for Oakland on the 4-on-4. Joe Aiello banging it home. And it's 3-2. Well, Oakland determined to keep this one close at least. And the Ducks going to go and give a stick tap to George Serban. And circling around with the Ducks now. Lazzaretti looking for an angle. Shot blocked. Anselmo reaching for it. Oakland comes away with it. Long diagonal pass to get across the blue line. And Lazzaretti will just tap it towards Serban, and there's going to be, I think, a penalty coming up against the Ducks. It's a boarding against Hunter Voyles. And it's going to put Oakland on the power play. 4-on-3 for 47 seconds. So Jackson Ebbett, Austin Kluckstall, and Colin Gabriel are the three on the ice for the Ducks to face this 4-on-3 for 47 seconds of Toyota penalty kill. Lots of space on the ice for Oakland to work with on this power play. Here's Pilot, and across. And back toward Pilot from Sarnecki. Back to Pilot. Looking for the shot, save, Serbin saw it the whole way. 13:29 left in the period. And need to stay out of the box is right in the comments. Unofficially the Oregon hockey motto about the last decade. As they get a clear. 15 seconds left of 4-on-3. And then it'll be an abbreviated 5-on-4. And another one just getting a stick in front of it for the Ducks, forcing Oakland back into their own zone a few strides. Toby Kerr out of the box now, as is Stefano Mini. And from 4-on-3 to 5-on-4, and that was a dangerous opportunity for Talmers if he could have settled the puck, but it goes into the corner instead. And that looked like holding the stick to me, but okay. And Sarnecki just knocking the stick away from Jackson Ebbett. And Gabriel, just off the stick of Toby Kerr. Could have been a shorthanded opportunity. Anselmo trying to win it. And now, again, it's going to be sent forward and again for the second time tonight, and icing on the power play for Oakland. This time with 12:09 left in the period and with 16 seconds left on the Hunter Voyles boarding minor. Well, 13 seconds left on the man advantage, just about back to 5-on-5 hockey. Poke just out of the zone again. 5 seconds left on the man advantage now. Serbin will glove that. He'll settle it down for Axel Wyatt, and we're back to 5-on-5. Another hit from Hunter Voyles. Chapman throwing a stick at it, and it's saved by Carroll. 11:38 left in the period. The Ducks lead. They've been in control of much of the puck, but not able to have the goals go their way quite as much as the previous couple of nights against this Oakland team. Still do lead though, and here's Carson Strike. Just getting in the way of it was Oakland. Back for Axel Wyatt. Off the boards and kept alive. And behind the play, a penalty coming up. And this one against Oakland, and it's the Ducks to the Toyota power play for a trip. Sebastian Stukel will sit for Oakland. Jackson Abbott, Indy Abris, Jackson Henningsgard, Toby Kerr, and Austin Kluckstall are Jack Hyman's power play unit at the moment. And someone for Oakland on the way back to the room. I think it's just maybe kind of some other issue. Maybe an injury or equipment. But he is walking back there under his own power. And here's Kluckstall for Kerr. Back for Henningsgard. They score! Henningsgard to Abersh. That one was pretty. And that feels a little better at 4-2. Back to 5-on-5 now. After the power play goal, the Toyota power play goal. Assisted by number 16, Toby Kerr. And number 3, Austin. Oh, excuse me, it was Toby Kerr. I lost track of who was on the ice there. 22 of the second period. But a great pass from Toby Kerr. Now here's Voyles, a shot that gets deflected. Shot through traffic from Oakland, picked up by Esposito, but can't get through anywhere. And then back to Voyles. Voyles can't get it cleared. Right back to Hunter Voyles. Voyles again. Circling with it. Towards Anselmo at center ice. 9:13 left in the period. Here's Orwig for Anselmo. Yes, sir! The Ducks again, now they're feeling it a little. And Oakland will take a timeout. And it was a better start tonight than last night from Oakland, but it's kind of a similar pattern. The Ducks starting a little bit slowly, and then 4 goals so far in the second period. They've been looking pretty too. Some highlight reel goals this weekend from the Oregon Ducks. And it is Anselmo from Orwig. Get confirmation of that. 5:07 left in the period. Oregon Duck goals tonight from Ryan Green, Jackson Henningsgard, Arthur Corbin, Indy Abrush, and Bobby Anselmo. 5 from 5. We're going to go for an icing against the Ducks when it gets there. And here's Bentley for the Grizzlies. Carson Strike is there. Sends it back into the other corner. And back for Wyatt, back towards Strike. Chapman across the blue line, just reaching his leg back to stay on side was Orwig. Circles around towards Axel Wyatt, keeping it in the zone. And just out of it now, and in fact it moves Oakland in transition. Shot and a kick save from Serbin. And now here come the Ducks through Orwig. Knocked off the puck though. 8 minutes left in the second period. We're past the halfway mark of this game. And that's backhanded through, and it will be an icing against Oakland. 7:59 officially left in the period. And took a deflection, so no ice there. Kluckstall's got to go to get it. Took a big deflection, kicked up into the air, works for Oakland. Shot knocked away Serbin, pulled back now by the Ducks. And then Ryan Green will kick it forward. 7.5 left in the period. Kluckstall toward Ulyanov to Green over the goal. Ulyanov pulling it back for Green again. Save that time. And here's Gabriel towards Abersh. A stick into the corner from Serbin. And Gabriel for the Ducks. Forward for Jackson Ebbett. Jackson Ebbett, nifty stick handle. Trying to backhand it toward Jackson Henningsgard. Just a little too fancy maybe, but Jackson Ebbett finds it again. Then to Kluckstall. Then to Henningsgard. Now can he work a shot? Jackson Henningsgard deflects right back to him. Kluckstall fought about the first time shot, instead across to Gabriel. Right back to Henningsgard. Stick handle, score! Jackson Henningsgard is having fun out there. And we're having fun watching him. It's 6-2. So Jackson Henningsgard for the second night in a row is on hat trick watch.
Assisted by number 4, Colin Gabriel, and number 3, Austin Luxdale. That's Henningsgard from Gabriel Luxdale. At 6:18 of the second period.
Here's Ebbett. And up and out of play. Oh, just over the stick of Pilot at the blue line. And here's Lazzaretti. Here's Saenger. Saenger for Esposito. Towards Lazzaretti again. And up and out of play. And covered up again, 4:58 left in the period. And chance for the Ducks if they can turn and fire. They do, and a save from Connor Carroll. It is 6-2. Someone a little excited operating the scoreboard down there. May or may not figure it out eventually. We'll get a buzz down there at the intermission. But 4.5 left in the period, and it's a long one to chase after. They'll beat out the icing, but Chapman will end up getting there first. 4:20 left in the period as the Ducks come away with it. Here's Anselmo. For strike. And a shot that kicks up and out of play. There we go. Now it's 6-2. Whether the scoreboard was ahead of its time or not remains to be seen. Here's Kerr. Pulling it back for Ulyanov. Ulyanov back toward Kerr, but it's beyond him. There's Gabriel. Offside. There's a chance for Oakland, deflected right back to him. A second shooting opportunity and a save made, Serban, and we will keep everyone separated. And we'll go ahead and splurge and stop our clock too. Officially it's 3:14. It's Pie Day at the hockey game. 3:14 left in the second period. Enjoying senior night with us at the moment. Tell your friends, let's get up over the century mark. And here's Hunter Voyles for Indy Abrish. The shot loose. There was a rebound for a moment, picked up by Oakland, and then falling after it was Tolmers. Now here's Hunter Voyles. Just beyond Griffin Brown, but right back to Henningsgard, then back to Brown, then back to Voyles. A soccer pass forward. Now Ebbett. Tapped by Brown for Abrish. There's Brown off the boards. To get back on side as Arthur Corbin backhands it in. 2:05 left in the period. And Axel Wyatt erasing some possession for Oakland. A battle along these near boards, tough to see from up here. And finally, the Ducks come away with it. It's Carson Strike across the blue line now. Carson Strike, a shot, deflects right back to him. And then back to Lazzaretti. A high shot gloved and held. Cluxtall thought about a shot instead of pass. Then Orwig for Chapman. 1:15 left in the period. And deflects out of play. Left in the second. Now Cluxtall, shot that's blocked, that'll smart. Hey, only as far as Gabriel though. And would have been played with a high stick, but taken away by the Ducks anyway. Anselmo off the boards, they'll try to chase after it now. 41-6 left in the period. And Samoa will glove it down for himself and takes a shot that goes wide. 30 seconds left in the period. High bouncing puck collected by Kluckstall and Orwig. And Kerr with Ulyanov takes the shot. Rebound, save! Nice save on the rebound from Connor Carroll. 10 seconds left in the period. And they'll just chip it in behind the net. They'll go for a bit of a change, and that's going to do it as of this moment for 40 minutes of hockey. Well, that's a little more like it. The Ducks strike 5 times in the second period. They take a 4-goal lead into the second intermission. And we got 20 minutes left in our broadcast season, and we will see you soon to bring it to you. You know the drill. Don't go too far. Well, we are ready for third period hockey. Just got to get the boys on the ice. Minutes left in our broadcast season. 20 minutes left at the rink exchange for Jacob Saenger, Ryan Green, Jackson Henningsgard, and Hunter Voyles. It's not over for the Ducks, though. They do have two more against San Diego State on the road down south. This is the last regular season game for Oakland. Great Lakes Hockey League playoffs next on their schedule. I'm not certain that every team makes that conference tournament. That's a little different in every league. This may be the complete end for their season. I probably should have asked the gentleman to my left before we all put the headsets back on, but I'm not used to having experts on the other team right next to me. It has been nice having my counterparts for the Golden Grizzlies here. Always happy to share our space, and it is special at the ACHA level to have a road broadcast. It's a lot of passionate volunteers that make the programs run here. And take number 3 at the opening face-off of the second period. Third period, rather.
Let's play Ducks hockey.
Just got to get home clean here. And here's Henningsgard. And a shot and a save and a whistle. If I can be greedy, let's get a goal for Jacob Saenger. Let's get a goal for Hunter Voyles. For Oakland, and a shot saved. Serban rebound. Reaching them out, and they score. Well, if you remember, there were a couple of quick goals in the, I think it was in the third period for Oakland last night. And that one just beyond George Serban's reach. So 19:28 left in the period, and we're threatening to have a hockey game here.
Scored by number 21,
Again, the Ducks with a wide lead on the shot tally, much wider than their lead on the scoreboard. Credit to Connor Carroll for keeping Oakland in this game. And Oakland's shots may not be frequent, but they've been effective. And here come the Ducks now. Orwig with a nifty stick handle. Glove down by Carson Strike. He'll slide it for Orwig. Into the corner. Now back off the skate of Orwig. He throws it toward goal with Anselmo reaching back, or coming back onside rather. 18 and a half left in the period. And Toby Kerr with it at his skate. Trying to knock it back towards Ulyanov. Green couldn't collect it. Aiello with a shot. Blocker save. Ulyanov is able to get it out of the zone, but right back to Oakland. Bentley knocking it forward. And 17:55 left in regulation. Brought back, took a deflection there. Another opportunity almost for Oakland. And now Corbin towards Ulyanov for Griffin Brown. Knocked away from him though, 17 and a half left. Right back toward Corbin. There's Schinover, then Bentley. Saenger reaching after Bentley, who puts the brakes on and goes the other way. Esposito gets a stick to it. Griffin Brown is there. 17 minutes left. Across for Voyles, and then a nice long pass to find Saenger. Saenger all the way around back for Hunter Voyles. Looking for maybe a deflection back towards Saenger. And Saenger wins it right back. Centering, but no one on the end of it. And Voyles keeping it in the zone. And now we get a penalty that comes up behind the play. Cross-checking the call against Shane Bentley. And it's the Ducks to the Toyota power play. With 16 and a half just about left in the third period of a 6-3 hockey game. Here's Henningsgard. Back for Abrish. Back to Abrish again. Behind the net, back towards Indy. And now Indy Abrish on the opposite side. Now Kluckstall, a shot through traffic. Wide off the boards and reaching back behind the net for it is Carroll with 16:09 left in the third. It's another great crowd tonight. We've had great crowds all season at the Rink Exchange for really another year of great crowds, it has to be said. And when this place gets going, it gets going. Shot high. And it goes out of the zone. 1:25 left on the man advantage, 15:55 left in the third period. Kluckstall towards Abrish. Losing it in the neutral zone though are the Ducks. Right back to Kluckstall. Dropping it for Jackson Ebbett. Jackson Ebbett will take it across the blue line. One stick handle and then puts the brakes on back towards Kerr, but miscommunicated, and it goes all the way back behind the Ducks net with 15 and a half left, and we're halfway home on the man advantage. Here's Henningsgard. for Abersh. For Ulyanov, a shot that's blocked. Bouncing puck goes all the way out into the neutral zone. Carson Strike trying to keep it alive for the Ducks. Does well to poke it towards Jackson Henningsgard. And Henningsgard back for Strike. Strike will take it across the blue line. Across to Ulyanov. Sent it towards Orwig. It took a deflection into the corner for Anselmo. Then Chapman. Back towards Anselmo, back around to Ulyanov now. Down low, back up to the top of the circle, down low again. And now to center point for Strike, then back for Orwig, deflection. Where's the puck? It's bouncing, and behind the net it goes. And now a chance to clear for Oakland, but they cannot get it past the blue line. They are back to 5-on-5 as it's deflected wide. And it's a good kill for the Golden Grizzlies, but the Ducks still threatening. And now from behind the net, they try to get set up. Back for Strike again, as Chapman goes for a line change. Deflection through the blue paint, but it goes wide. Orwig will keep it alive. This has been a good shift from the Ducks. It started on the man advantage, and still it's the puck in the Oakland zone, but now finally they get it out. And 4 will change for Oakland. The only one that didn't was Shane Bentley, who was freshest because he was just out of the box. There's some nifty stick handling from Zach Orwig. He'll take it across the blue line. He'll take it behind the net. Still it's Orwig on the puck. Circling all the way around onto his backhand now across toward Voyles, but past him. And Hunter's got to chase it back into the neutral zone. Then he sends it across for Orwig. Now to Toby Kerr. Toby Kerr with a shot, glove, save, Connor Carroll with 13:19 left in the period. Now it's Oakland across the blue line, a shot that's blocked all the way back into the neutral zone. 13 minutes left regulation. Green for Esposito. Esposito takes it behind the net, back around for Green. And a shot that deflects into the equipment of Connor Carroll, who makes what must be his 50th save of the night. A lot of shots for the Ducks. I mean, I'm exaggerating that number, but not by much. Had about 17 shots, I think, in each period so far, and they've been peppering the net in the third as well. Markovic sends it forward for Oakland, right back to Jackson Ebbett, though knocked down and played with a high stick. 12:36 left in the third. Really appreciate y'all hanging out with us on YouTube this year. We are so happy to continue to bring you these games for free. And so grateful to everyone who has financially supported the broadcast over the years. It'll be our last chance to thank the Voyles family. Hunter's dad made a very generous donation last year that we are still able to use for incidental stuff with Best Buy. And we tend to have a lot of expenses here and there. And the Abersh is going to take a penalty for the Ducks. But this has been a broadcast that was started by parent donation. We've had headsets replaced by parent donations. We'll have software replaced by parent, alumni, and fan donations. Everyone's been really good to us over the years. And even just the moral support in person, everyone is so appreciative, and the big secret is it's just so much fun to bring you these games. But always grateful to hear from folks in person when they're able to make it to Eugene, and I know some of you just not able to get into town. Big kick save from Serbin there, but always happy to bring you these games. As that one will be cleared. Chapman will clear again. 11:25 left, third period. Here's a yellow for Oakland. A shot that's blocked. Ulyanov off the boards, can't get it out of the zone though. Little bunched up is Oakland. They'll hold on to it. A shot again blocked. And now cleared. All the way the length of the ice. 10:45 left, third period. 29 seconds left on the man advantage for Oakland. And here's Anselmo. Able to skate it through the neutral zone. Still alive for Bobby Anselmo. He throws it at goal and it's saved and held by Carroll. 16 seconds left on the Indy Abrish minor. 10:31 left in the third period. Kerr got to stick to it to send it back into the Oakland zone. Right back for Toby Kerr. Here's a shorthanded chance, but the shot goes wide. We are now back to 5-on-5. And kept alive for the Ducks. Behind the net they go. Bouncing puck goes to the far near side boards rather. And Hunter Voyles collects it. Couple of nifty stick handles. What a move, Hunter Voyles. Here he goes for Henningsgard. Looking for the deflection from Voyles, right back behind the net now. Trying to stuff it home. 1, 2, 3, whacks at it. Puck still loose again. It goes wide. And Hunter is hungry for a senior night goal. Henningsgard on the one-timer. Couldn't handle it cleanly. And Hunter Voyles knocks it down, but does so with a high stick. Oh, I want that goal for him, man. I want that goal for big number 6. Another whistle. 9:07 left, third period. Another shot kicked away, Serbin. 8:55 left, third period. Here's Henningsgard. That's a trip, isn't it? Well, I guess not. And Indy Abrish will poke it forward. Abrish, Henningsgard is there, but has to reach back for it. Then back toward Gabriel. Henningsgard can't quite get there. And just beyond everyone, Kluckstall will get to it for Gabriel. 8:20 left, third period. Block shot, Jacob Saenger. Another one, it's dangerous, but Serbin in front of it. And Saenger sprinting after it, but not going to be able to beat out the icing. 7:51 left, third period. There's Pilot a shot that's deflected. 7.5 left. And penalty coming up, and then another shot after the whistle. And Jacob Saenger gets tangled up. Stefano Mini took I'd call it a little bit of a cheap shot there, and then egging on the crowd as he skates to the box. I wonder if his night might be about to be over. Well, he may or may not know Jacob Saenger's injury history, but I'll tell you, that's one that gets under my skin a little bit. A big slash. And officials are still discussing how they're going to enforce this. Looks like Saenger's okay. That's the important thing. Nothing up on the board yet. And Jacob Saenger's blowing kisses. And he's done. Wave goodbye. So he's going to get a minor and a game misconduct for a face mask, and then a slash and a 5 for the Ducks. Is it rough? Arthur Corbin with the rough. Okay, there we go. And Meany is still egging on the crowd in the corner there. Must be the most exciting moment of his season. just missing the tip-in was Kerr.
Number 2 missed the stopping. And number 21, Stefano Mini. A minor and a game misconduct for a face mask for your Ducks.
So Chalmers takes a slash and a minor and a game misconduct for a face mask from Meany. And then Arthur Corbin, in defense of Jacob Saenger, takes a rough. And the way it all works out is a 5-on-4 for the Ducks. Here's Henningsgard. Fanning on it though, and here comes Markovich the other way. And here's Kerr. For Henningsgard. Now Abersh. Now Ulyanov. Henningsgard's got to catch up with it. Goes behind the net. Trying to stuff it home. And a chance to clear, and they do clear with 6 minutes left. And here's Chapman. Now Carson Strike. Across for Anselmo. Back for Strike. Shot deflects, doesn't get through. And back to 5-on-5. Here's Chalmers. Shot saved Serban, knocked away by Chapman, and then off the boards, back into the neutral zone. 5 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. And Hunter Voyles will win the race. So it's icing against Oakland. Or are they going to put the face-off at center? It looks like they might. .457 left. And that one will be icing. Our clock has gotten way off. We lost the plot at some point with the clock. I think I forgot to stop it during the whole penalty sorting out, but it's 4:45 left. Now here's Saenger. Nifty move from Jacob Saenger. Across for Lazaretti. Voyles wanted it, they couldn't find him, and Oakland gets to it. And diving to try to get a stick to it. And they will beat out the icing though. And now here's Lazaretti with the stick to it. Flipped up in the air. And kept alive by Oakland. Under 4:20 left to play now. There's Esposito. And then Voyles. And Lazaretti in front of it, will get there. Knocks it against the boards. 3:45 left, third period. Deflects behind the net. The Ducks will move in transition now. It's Indy Abersh. Jackson Ebbett's there as well, but it's poked away from him. Standing behind their own net is Oakland with 3:20 left in the game. Good stick from Colin Gabriel. Chapman with a stick to it. Right back towards Abersh. Knocking it backwards to keep it alive. Right back to himself and then lost it. Good stick from Oakland. 2:50 left. Another shot over the goal from Oakland. 2:35 left regulation. Here's Orwig, then Enselmo. Chapman will be hot on the tail. It will go, well, would have gone to Carroll, but instead played right in front of him by a teammate. Here's Axel Wyatt with 2 minutes left in the third period. Enselmo for Orwig. Trying to get a shot off, just shepherded off the puck, but right back to him. 1:45 left third period. Got a stick on it in the neutral zone, so no icing. Carson Strike has to play it in quickly. And Strike for Ryan Green. Now back towards Axel Wyatt. Tried to find the corner, instead only found the skate of a Golden Grizzly. Then Kerr backhanding for Wyatt. Back to Hunter Voyles. Another nifty stick handle for Voyles. Trying to get around Bentley, couldn't do so, but wins it right back. He really wants that goal. Here's Ulyanov into the corner. 45 seconds left. And Griffin Brown will pick it up. 30 seconds exactly left in the third period. Here's Kerr. Blockered away Carroll. 15 seconds left. Jackson Henningsgard's there too at first. 10 seconds left. Is there one last chance for Henningsgard? There's not, because it's blocked. And that's going to do it for 25-26 here on Oregon Hockey Live. Oregon Ducks hockey has been presented by Toyota. The Ducks win 6-3 on senior night. We celebrate one more time. Jackson Henningsgard, Jacob Saenger, Hunter Voyles, and Ryan Green. Dayton Clark and Henry Bradford forever in our thoughts. The Ducks improved to 14-12. They will finish no worse than 500, and that is a hell of an accomplishment for Jack Hyman and company. They have a real good chance of a winning season at the M1 level. That's a big step forward for the program, and a big, bright future for this team. Got to give a shout out to the Oakland goaltender Connor Carroll. Had a hell of a game tonight. Made a bunch of saves. Kept his team in the game. It's been a blast bringing it to you all season. We will see you next year.